All right, guys, what is up and what's good? It's your boy Jordan back for another video here. What a loss in Anaheim to the Chicago Blackhawks. So as an Anaheim Ducks fan for life in Orange County and Anaheim, Carson, Inglewood, and LA, this is my sad thoughts how my Ducks lose to the Chicago Blackhawks since they swept us in the season by a final of 4-2. And because of the penalties was against us because of the fights. That time since the game is during first period or second period and third period, John Gibbs is the one that wants to get aggressive at some of the Chicago Blackhawk players against Lafferty, however, whatever you call. It's Lafferty, however you do, if you were just us like them against us. But this is a sad night for Anaheim sports with Carson, but Carson sports is good. But comparing to hockey and soccer is like the Ducks and Galaxy. Much as you pair up with Timo Solani and Landon Donovan to be prepared for Orange County and Carson and Inglewood teams. Is like LaDainian Tomlinson that always compares to compete his team like the Chargers. And especially like Jamal Crawford that retired. He's always a forever Clipper. He always carries the teams every playoff game like Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. And so sort of all like any people who does, but So I feel mad about myself, but I feel bad, I feel sad, I feel upset, I feel furious that my Ducks lose to the Blackhawks from tonight, 4-2. We fought hard against Chicago, but we played great against the Blackhawks, but now we lost. We played a good game, and I could just say good game to those Blackhawk fans who are in Chicago that beat my Ducks, which is fine. So no Stanley Cup playoffs and no Stanley Cup contenders for my Ducks until next season we get better at it to become a Stanley Cup contender to capture 2 cups. So it's not the time when you become a first hockey team to make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs with the Anaheim Ducks since 97, as we totally beat the Coyotes since 97 in first round, and losing against Detroit when that happened, but in 99 beaten by Detroit. But who cares? It's not the time if you get certain penalties to Andre Suster with a tripping call or the hooking call. It wasn't a bad one, but it was a good game against the Blackhawks by my Ducks. That means I feel sorry and I feel bad about my Ducks losing to the Blackhawks for the 3rd time. And I can think about whenever my Ducks play next year against the Blackhawks. Since the Rickard Rakell and Hampus Lindholm, Josh Manson trade, whatever you trade these guys. And for a reason, you always have a retired Ryan Kessler under contract with Vegas since it didn't work it out because we traded for John Morton. Urho Vakanainen from Boston since we traded Lindholm to the Bruins. Since we always traded Rickard Rakell to the Penguins, we just traded for Dominic Simon and Zach Aston Reese. And that's why we traded for Drew Helson from the Avalanche to trade Josh Manson. And for some other people to have draft picks in the NHL. So it's not the time because from tonight's game against the Blackhawks, because we lost, that's just bad, I feel sorry about my Ducks, but I feel bad about my Ducks losing to Chicago from tonight 4-2 in Honda Center in Anaheim. But so that means my Ducks will make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs or don't. But I'll tell you what. When's the last time we won our first Stanley Cup? 2007 against their beloved hockey team, the Ottawa Senators, in the 2007 Stanley Cup Final in Game 5. Ducks in 5. Literally did I tell that we asked to win our first Stanley Cup since 2007, 15 years ago. From 2007 to 2022. Since, as a Ducks fan, I have never been a Ducks fan when I was 2 years old in 2007. But we go for the next Stanley Cup run, and then we get swept by the Dallas Stars. Let's go back to 2003. We just beat Detroit to sweep Detroit in 4 That means we beat Detroit Red Wings against Andrew Brico's, Jordan Dallas' beloved Detroit Red Wings, however you want to call, and Anthony Cajuhana's beloved Red Wings as soon as possible against their beloved hockey team, the Red Wings, as I care. That means, just like in 2007 when we beat, just in time to beat the Red Wings in 6, since we beat Detroit in 6. Just like 2003, 2007, when my Ducks beat their beloved Red Wings in the Stanley Cup playoffs, first round and Western Conference final, since we beat Detroit in 4 to sweep the Red Wings, and beat Detroit in 6 to advance to the second Stanley Cup final. And just like first round, when we totally come out and beat the Wild, but in second round, we totally come out and beat the Canucks because of the Sedin brothers like Henrik and Daniel, because you want to go out and shoot a puck out there when you skate and handle the puck with the skate. Because J.S. Shigir was good, just like our captain Ryan Getzlaf with his first Stanley Cup ring. It's like when an ex-Duck that's on a current hockey team with the Lightning, Corey Perry, it matters wisely. And for Scott Niedermayer, he did it with New Jersey, and he did with Anaheim, because he has 2 Stanley Cups right now. That's only on to Scott Niedermayer. But the last time my Ducks won a Stanley Cup was 2007 from 15 years ago against their beloved hockey team, the Senators, since we beat them in 5 to capture our first Stanley Cup of the year in 2007 from 15 years ago. And back to 2003, we made it to the first Stanley Cup finals. Since 2003, since we got sent to sin of hell by the Devils, because we beat Dallas and Minnesota, and then Detroit, we care about it. But to 1997, we beat the Coyotes for the first time in Stanley Cup playoff history, since we always became first hockey team since 1993 from the NHL expansion. But sometimes it's from the up and downs without our captain Ryan Getzlaf. We just lost tonight against the Blackhawks from tonight in 2022. But accepting the Bob Murray situation, the Raquel Lindholm and Manson trade, and the hiring Pat Verbeek. But yeah, tell you what now, this is what I got to see at all. So we'll play against the Sharks on Saturday. We got more games in April until we make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs or not. If my Anaheim Ducks don't make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs, maybe next year we'll make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs to become the first and second Stanley Cup contender. Just like we did it in 2003 and 2007 when we had Ryan Getzlaf and former Duck as he plays for the Lightning from Montreal and Dallas, Corey Perry. But yeah, first Stanley Cup final was 2003, and second Stanley Cup final since we got our first Stanley Cup was 2007 when we played against the Devils and the Senators. But Patrick Elias was good with Martin Brodeur. Without without Solani, but we brought Solani back since we got him his first ring with Anaheim with Getzlaf and Perry. But as well, Rob Niedermayer was with us since we had the trade for so many guys like Brad May and so many people out here. But George Parros was good, man. He was great. But this is going to be all it for me. To my fellow Ducks fans, we'll see you next year if we make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs to become a Stanley Cup contender to capture our second cup or not. Maybe next year. Better luck next year. Maybe next year we'll have a better season than that. If Getzlaf stays or doesn't stay. But it's not much like a baseball team, just like my baseball team, the Angels, a football team, the Chargers, the basketball team, my basketball team, the Clippers, and my soccer team, the Galaxy, since Titletown is on to Orange County, Inglewood, and Carson. Much to 1 out of 1 Stanley Cup and World Series with the Ducks and Angels, and the first Super Bowl appearances 94 and 95 with the Chargers. First Western Conference final was last year with the Clippers from 2021. And 5-time MLS Cup champ since 2014 was the LA Galaxy. And that's what I got to hear from myself. So I'm going to end this video, guys. So to my fellow Ducks fans, we'll see you next year if we make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs to become a Stanley Cup contender or not. Maybe next year we will be better next season. So by the way, guys, it's your boy Jordan, and I'm out. Fly together. Let's go Ducks. Go Quacks. See ya.